Good evening, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out right here on itsDriski Radio, your direction for all that is sports. This is your boy Larry B, bringing to you live on a beautiful Wednesday evening. It is Wednesday, October 4th, 2023. And you know how it goes, y'all. Your boy Larry B and the crew of itsDriski Radio get together. It's always a great time talking football, and tonight we're going to do exactly that. I hope you all are having a great, beautiful, wonderful day today. Because, any day we get above ground, number one, it's a great thing. And of course, anytime we get to talk about the sport we love so much, football, you know it's kind of a great day. So with that said, y'all, we had ourselves quite the week. Starting things off last week with a little Packers victory. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that? I mean a Lions victory. Oh my goodness, it was something to watch, wasn't it? Those Lions are looking sharp as a tack, and yeah, they're ready to roll, man. This team is looking strong, and I hope you guys are ready for the Lions because, well, it's kind of what they're doing right now, coming your way. Also, we have ourselves a nice little UK series, right? Kicking things off. Jaguars getting a nice victory over the Falcons. Wasn't even competitive, just saying. The Bills had a close game for like 10 minutes with the Dolphins, and then that was over with as the Dolphins went ahead and took it into high gear. Yeah, that's safe to say that's their damn division. The Broncos and Bears, the true toilet bowl of the NFL, was everything we thought it was going to be, including a company between maybe. It's incredible. Yeah, I just don't understand. It was crazy. But yeah, anyway, Ravens over the Browns. Did anybody think that was going to be anything different? I'm just saying. Sorry. The Texans get a victory over the Steelers. I have to talk after this. Like, sorry. I guess the Browns realistically could have called them a good team this year. Anyway, moving on. We have the Vikings earning themselves a victory over the Panthers because Belichick is quarterback. I still think the Vikings are fool's. The Rams earn themselves victory in overtime over a team who has a rookie quarterback. Is this team even for real? I don't know. But I will tell you, we got a lot coming up, y'all, tonight. Titans over the Bengals. Cowboys in the house. Niners get a big victory. The Raiders fall apart again. The Chiefs just do what they do. Seahawks get a victory. Ladies and gentlemen, it's football time. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on itsDriski Radio. Your direction for all. Welcome, football fans. Ladies and gentlemen, it's freaking Wednesday. You know what that means. It's about that time for 3 and Out. We appreciate y'all so very much for being up in the house tonight because, like I said, anytime we get to talk some football, y'all, it's always a good time. As always, this is me, your boy Larry B. Bring it to you here live on a beautiful Wednesday evening here in October 1st, October of the year. And for some damn reason, the heat is refusing to go away here in SoCal, and it's pissing me off. Anyway, with that said, hopefully it cools down a little bit over here because, you know, the heat needs to just go away. But regardless, it's that time, y'all. We are here. It's time to rock and roll, and I am so happy to bring along some of my colleagues, man, some of my boys, some of the people that I love talking this game with here tonight. Glad to have them, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know both of these cats here as, well, we're expecting the third one as well. But you already know we're going to have ourselves a little party tonight, and two of them are best friends because, you know, when you're in the NFC East, you're best friends. I'm sorry. Anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, he, of course, is itsDriski Radio newcomer this year. He has taken the station by storm, and I'm so glad he is here tonight. It's like his second or third time here on this show. We can't get enough of it because we can't get enough of him, man. He was so hyped up on Sunday. I don't even know how he has a voice to do his podcast later on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have him here tonight. Die-hard Cowboys fan, the host of Heart of Texas Sports Hots right here on itsDriski Radio. Welcome, your boy Drewski, man. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight, brother?
What is good, Larry B, the OG? Hey, man, everything is lovely. You know, when we get football and you you get some good sports victories. Hey, what else is there to do but go ahead and give the cooler talk about it? So I'm ready to run this segment with you, man. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, brother, I'm glad to have you here, man. We're going to have ourselves a fun one tonight. So glad you could make it. So glad you could be here. And, of course, welcoming in diehard Washington Commanders fan all the way from that East Coast. He, of course, is our dude. He is not only longtime IA Sports Radio member, he, of course, is the host of Let's Whine About DMV Sports, covering all your DMV sports. On top of that, he is, of course, the chief editor of our IA Sports Radio blog, the best damn blog you're going to find anywhere. And, of course, this man gets dedicated so much time to the station, I don't even know how he does it, but I'm glad he's here. So glad to have him a part of this today. He is repping his Commanders, and, of course, ready to talk some football with us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, of course, the one and only Mr. Mike Patt. What's going on, brother? How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, Larry B. How are you doing?
I love this. Thankfully, you guys got teams with this thing called victories. I'm a Raider fan. We don't know what that is, but thankfully,
we do have wins. There have been wins so far.
Yes. You guys both of you look pretty nice. So glad to have you here, both of you, because, well, tonight's going to be a fun one, you guys. So let's get to it and let's have some fun. But before we do any of that good stuff, I just got to say, ladies and gentlemen, of course, well, actually, we got one more Musketeer. We got one more to welcome in tonight. Sorry. I forgot one. He actually just jumped in right now. So got to bring him in. He's like a Raider fan. You know, you gotta give him a hug. You gotta give him a hug, and you gotta tell him that it's okay and that it's gonna be okay and that there are better days to come. Let's just be real. We're not too sure of that, and it's probably worse days, honestly, to come, a lot like the Raider fans. But you want to lie to yourself and tell you that there's better days to come. So with that, glad to bring him aboard, of course. He is the host of our Chicago show, of course. Drowning in misery on Monday night,
man.
Recently, and I just my heart goes out to him because I understand him. But, ladies and gentlemen, he is the host of our Chicago sports show, Chi-Town Weekly. He is, of course, diehard Bears fan. That hurt to even say, diehard Bears fan. And he, of course, is just an all-around great dude. He's having so many issues tonight with his computer. It's just kind of like the Bears offense. It's just not happening.
Too soon, Larry. Too soon.
Adam Karnik, what's going on, Adam?
To be fair, 14 straight losses, everything's just blowing up. So why not? We're just pick a thing. It's broken at this point. So
I think the Chi-Town Weekly's become a emotional support meeting on Monday nights, I think, at this point.
Yes, it is. It has become, we're all miserable together. We're all going to get through this. It is group therapy through a microphone on Monday nights. And it is very therapeutic to just go through and, God, why did you do this stupid thing? God, why did that have to happen? What in the bleeping crap is going on here? Because at this point, I'm out of answers after 14 straight losses. There are no answers.
There's not. It's hard, guys. Yes, I totally get that. So with that, I know, we just gotta try to make the best of things. But of course, big up to our boy Taryn Rodriguez in the chat room here, man. Yeah, poor Browns. They needed what's in the worst way. This team is they're so bad. I'm sorry. At least the Raiders have won Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
Taryn, the last time they won a bowl, my parents were 20, I think.
Dang.
I wasn't around for at least another 5 years, guys. That was 1984. So yeah. So anyway, with that said, y'all, gotta go give a big gigantic shout out to our freaking delicious sponsor, of course, in the house tonight, man. Oh, he's picking the teeth. We're enjoying it over here tonight, y'all. So, of course, big ups to our delicious brand, Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky in the house. Don't forget to get your votes in tonight, guys, for tonight's, we started last week, tonight's Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper performance of the week. Who is that going to be tonight? I got mine in. I want to see who these guys are going to pick. What performance was your favorite? I already know who it is. Some of you aren't going to like him, but that's okay with me. One of you is going to love him, as a matter of fact. So let us know tonight in the chat. Who is your Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper performance of the week? Oh, it's going to be spicy. So let's get into it tonight, y'all, because we're going to have ourselves some fun. Got my colleagues up in the house tonight, and we got 50 minutes of just crazy recaps and picks for this week. We're going to be talking more crap than you've heard. It's amazing. I love it. That's what we're here tonight. Look, Adam's camera isn't even working. I'm telling you, he's pulling the bears over there right now, and it's okay. So, all right, guys, let's get to it, y'all.
It allows me to do whatever I want behind the scenes.
Oh, Lord.
Well, here we go, you guys. Let's go ahead and jump onto it, man. So last week, we guess we gotta do the follow thing. So show us some love, y'all. Give us the follows. Y'all know what to do. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Visually, if you're on the podcast, well, you're gonna hear this later on anyway. But of course, with that said, you guys, we had ourselves a little game on Thursday last week that was just absolutely pitiful. I'm sorry. It's kind of sad because when my team gets their ass kicked by them on Monday, it's gonna make this game look really weird, but or I guess it's gonna make this team look really good. Regardless, though, the Lions got themselves a nice little victory on Thursday night. Talk about a nice little win. You know what? Campbell has them playing all right now. Yeah, say what you want, but the dude is kind of, I'm glad he's coming along. So with that said, Lions get that victory, 34-20 overall, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna keep these short and sweet tonight, but Goff didn't have the worst day. 210 yards, 19 for 28, 1 touchdown. I mean, everybody, man, it was kind of crazy. Montgomery shows out, 32 carries, 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. You guys, it was a pretty crazy day. So anyway, let's go around the table here. Drewski, man, what you think about this victory last week for them Lions?
Man, I'm really happy for Dan Campbell because the type of energy and enthusiasm that he shows, it's not going to waste. You actually see his team actually believing in that, and they're playing real good. And I mean, the Lions been down for so long, man. It's refreshing to kind of see the Motor City have something brewing for them. So, hey, it's the NFL. It happens if you don't put the games away. And what Detroit did was stay the course and take over.
No, that's for damn sure. Mike, what you got for us, man?
Well, it's always great when you get on Big Brother. Green Bay has dominated this division for so long, going back to the Favre days through Rodgers. Like, it's been a while since any team has been able to consistently beat them. And for Detroit, that's got to feel good to go into Green Bay and beat the Packers. But I gotta also harp on the Packers a little bit because there are ways to help a young quarterback out. One of the ways to not help them out is to run times. That is not going to help anybody if you put this ball in this man's hands 40 times a game. So I don't know what they're doing in Green Bay. I think they're like last or among the last in the league in rushing yards. They need to fix that because Jordan Love, he's better than I thought, but I don't think he can do it on his own yet.
No, I totally agree. What you got for us, Adam?
It's so bizarre seeing Detroit actually play good football. I love it anytime the Packers lose, and anytime somebody goes in and just punches them in the mouth like that, that's a beautiful thing. But to have it be the Lions, I feel like this is an episode of Twilight Zone. This is twice now. Twice in a row, they've gone into Lambeau, punched the Packers in the mouth, and Green Bay has not been able to get up off the canvas. There's still plenty of season left. I'm going to withhold my permanent judgment on the Lions for a later date. But for right now, they look like they could be something.
They look like a football team. It's a little weird. We're not used to seeing that, but yeah. So yeah. Well, hey, well, there you go. I mean, hey, we're already getting the hot peppers of the week coming up, man. The Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper performance of the week. Yeah, Chris McCaffrey definitely went out. We're gonna get to him in just a bit, but thank you for that, Mr. Rodriguez, for starting us off in the chat. So, all right, guys. Well, there you go. Game number 1. The Lions look like a football team on Sunday morning. This was pretty cool. We had, I don't give a crap. Anybody can say what they want to say. I know there were more glitches in that game than the Raiders did. Regardless, this was cool. I thought it was pretty cool. funny. My wife had the Toy Story game on the big TV. I had on the tablet the real game going. It was awesome. Look, at the end of the day, the Jaguars, I get it. AEW sucks. Everyone hates it now, especially our very own Martin Sandoval in the chat here, the host of the IE wrestling show. And I guess AEW is just like a byproduct of the Jaguars for looking so horrible for all these years. Regardless, the Jaguars are winning games. We know damn well what's going to happen. They're going to make the playoffs and fall apart. They're going to pull the Titans. Them and the Titans. I guess it's just the AFC South. What can you say? Regardless, they looked okay. Trevor Lawrence, what was that? 23 for 30, 207 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, it just regardless, it just wasn't a great game. I don't know. For Drewski, what do we think about this game, man? Jaguars get the victory over the Falcons, 23-7.
For Atlanta, I know it's kind of disheartening to see their quarterback, what's his name? TJ Ritter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To see him throw them a series of interceptions like that, it had to be very disheartening for him. And it really it killed everything that they had going. But big props to the Jaguars, as you see some of these games where when the defense makes plays, it's just up to them not to mess it over. Now, they almost tried to when they went for it on 4th down and, getting close to scoring territory, but they just felt like they had Atlanta's number. And, it's kind of a setback for the offense. But B.J. Robinson is still truth, though. So I like still what they got, but that's that.
I'm with you on that, brother. So, Mike, what you got, man?
I mean, anytime you get these overseas UK games, I mean, honestly, who really knows what's going to happen? I mean, these teams have traveled. They're in a completely different time zones. It's like a 4 or 5 hour time difference between the East Coast and London. Thankfully, these were 2 East Coast teams. Imagine if it was like the Raiders and the Seahawks. That's like an 8-hour time difference. But props to Jacksonville. They came. They played a good game. Shout out also to a person who I think is one of the most underrated defenders in the league, Josh Allen. No, not the Buffalo Josh Allen. The Jacksonville Jaguars Josh Allen. 3 sacks. He dominated this game.
He did, and that was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool to see. Adam?
It's we're getting to the point with these UK games. Jacksonville's starting to they do it so often. It makes sense that they're starting to understand how to play in there, how to win in there. I shouldn't be too surprised that they went in and took care of business. And Trevor Lawrence, he's up and down, but man, when he's on, he's a tough one to stop. That's a bad dude to stop. So shouldn't be too surprised by this one.
Agreed. That was an interesting game, but the Jags get that victory looking pretty okay. So on to the next. This game was close for about 15 minutes, and then it just kind of went south. Look, man, I get it. All the Dolphins fans were just freaking out over last week. But once again, I mean, what do you expect when you play a JV football team, man? I mean, this isn't even varsity.
Dang.
All right. What do you expect? You're gonna score 70 points. It's like playing the Raiders. It's just not gonna. So once again, the Dolphins were coming out with a big chip, and Buffalo ate it. I mean, it was just really, 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 really bad. Buffalo, I think, just wanted to prove a statement. They were going to score as many points as they wanted, and you know what? I'm happy about that. I'm not hating on the fans. I'm just saying the Dolphins are like, that was cute last week. Now we're going to do it to you. I mean, they damn near dropped a 50 burger, man. It was crazy. So Allen, 20 for 25. 320 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, this team went completely off. Diggs, man, 6 receptions for 120 yards, went up potentially much, 3 touchdowns, completely went off. Drewski, how about this game, man? Bills knock off the Dolphins 48-20.
For me, this was the Buffalo Bills saying, okay, Miami, y'all put up 70 against a bad team in the Broncos. That don't mean you going to win the AFC East. And they clearly showed that you're going to have to beat the Bills to win the AFC East. So, big prop. There's nothing too much I can say. The Bills were just ready to play. Maybe Miami partied a little bit too hard. I don't understand why they would, because the Broncos aren't that good of a team as of right now. But the Bills basically said they're going to be the team to beat in the AFC East. So that's what I take from it.
That was exactly, I believe. Mike?
Well, going back to the analogy we made earlier with Big Brother, Little Brother, this is a case where Big Brother came in here and laid the smack down on Little Brother. This was a statement game for Buffalo. They heard all that offseason chatter. Oh, well, maybe Josh Allen can't play in big games. Oh, defense is getting a little older. Oh, these other divisional opponents, they're getting good. Well, one lost their quarterback on the third play of the season, and the other, so this was a statement game for Buffalo. Is saying, forget all that noise. Regular season, here, now, let's go.
That's exactly what it was. Adam?
So quick peek behind the curtain now that my camera's working. I am a big Sherlock Holmes fan. I love all those stories. I've got them all. I'm gonna paraphrase Sherlock Holmes for a minute. The rumors of the Bills championship window being closed were greatly exaggerated. Wow, that was a smackdown. I loved Josh Allen doing the emoji when he waltzed into the end zone too. That was great. That was a big statement win for the Bills.
Absolutely beautiful job for the Bills. They earned this thing. They proved they're the team to beat. You're absolutely right. This is their division without a damn doubt. Okay. I promise I'm going to try and make this as less painless as possible. Oh, here we go. All right. So really quick in the chat room, Terrence, the Jaguars haven't been as eye-popping as the Texans. Oh, yeah, it's true. The Texans are... Anyway, I feel that first place schedule is going to cave in from the... going to cave them in. No, I agree here. And then Terran says, I knew the Bills would win over the Dolphins. The Dolphins finally met in terms of a team better than them. And it's so damn true. So, okay. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Let's just do it. Okay, so the Bears came into this game absolutely destroying the team that got destroyed by 70 points last week. The Bears looked like they were going to make something happen. And what happened to the Bears was just really sad. So here's how it works, guys. The Bears were leading 20 this is sad, 28-7 here with 4:11 to go on the fourth quarter. And by the end of the game, it was 31-28. I just don't know how that happens. They had a meltdown and collapse for the ages. If you want more of this, by the way, just go on over and check out Chi-Town Weekly from this past week, because Adam just had so many great points. I felt so bad for him. Regardless, that's what happened, and it's kind of just, wow. The Broncos, I don't know where that came from. They're still garbage, and it just makes me sad because the Bears look worse now, and it's just, it hurts. So anyway, this was crazy. Wilson, 21 for 28, 233 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. But here we go, guys. I want to do really quick. I want to be fast on this here, but the time possession was crazy. The Bears had the ball for 33 minutes and 49 seconds, where the Broncos had it for 26 minutes and 11 seconds. Just incredible. 2 turnovers for the Bears. The penalties were crazy because the Broncos had 7 penalties for 39 yards. The Bears had 10 penalties for 91 yards. Guys, I don't even know. This is crazy, but regardless, Broncos win this thing, man, on the road in Soldier Field, just giving Chicago every reason to want to punch something. I get it. 31-28. Druski, can you comprehend this?
Man, to be real with you, when I saw that score of 28-7, I really stopped paying attention. I was like, whoa, the Broncos are in trouble. And then all of a sudden, I got the NFL Plus notification that they done stormed back, the Broncos, just for them to storm back and win this game. I'm like, yo, you have got to be kidding me. Like, it reminds me of the 1994 John Tyler versus Plano East high school game, where it was like 41-14 with like about 6 minutes left in the game. And all of a sudden, Plano East just roars back to tie the game, only for John Tyler to return it back for a touchdown and win the game. It was the sick feeling for my man Adam's Bears over there. I was like, finally they're gonna do something. The game plan worked, only the penalties added, and just when you don't know how to close, that shows you what type of sign of a team that you are. But it is what it is. Next week, Adam, man. Next week.
It was painful. Mike, what you got, brother?
Well, out of respect for my longtime colleague and friend, Mr. Karnik over here, I won't pile on the Bears too much. I will say, maybe there's a little bit of life left in Russell Wilson. Maybe he's got a little bit left in the tank to maybe win some games. Struggling to beat Chicago, not necessarily the greatest sign, but there's hope for Russell Wilson, and there's hope for Justin Fields. Justin Fields played a great game. Let's give some credit where credit is due. Couple of bad plays here and there, but compared to what we've seen previously, massive step forward for him. Very encouraging sign.
Totally agreed. Adam, is there anything you can say that you haven't already said?
Click over to Chi-Town Weekly on Spreaker.com. The episode is titled #Pain. You'll understand why. No, for literally 3 quarters, the Bears were the best team, were the better team on the field, and then the fourth quarter happened. And then the fourth quarter happened. Literally, with 20 seconds left in the third quarter, the Bears were up 3 touchdowns. So it was over the final 15 minutes and 20 seconds, Denver did that. So the very, very long story short of all of that is the head coach is now on the line to get fired. Depending on how tomorrow night goes against the Commanders, he may not be the coach anymore, and we'll take it from there. And it's 14 losses in a row.
I mean, ouch. I mean, it's an ouch sandwich, but hey, there you go. So the Ravens prove that the Browns still suck. I'm sorry. Look, I can't help it. I'm sorry. You can hate me all you want to, Cleveland. I'm sorry, but this team has everything they need. Okay, I understand. Terrible injury. Prayers for Chubb. Get healthy, brother. But there's a lot of other playmakers on this team, and especially a defense who was pretty healthy. And golly, man, did they crap the bed? I mean, this team just looks like crap. And you have a team that's even worse beaten up, the Ravens, who lost some major key players, and they're still finding ways to beat the crap out of the Browns. It's kind of funny. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just sound so mean right now, but it is what it is. What do you do? The Ravens were the better team. They proved it. The Browns, I don't know. It's just the Browns, I guess. That's the excuse. So don't worry, Adam. I know what it's like to see the Broncos rally back in my favorite team. Dang donkeys. Anyway,
and real quick, I want to respond to that one real quick. The Bears got. I remember what that's like too, because the Bears way back in the day when Tebow was playing, the Bears got Tebowed so hard against them. So this is still like, oh yeah, we're just finding wounds and just digging into them for old time's sake. So
it's just something. No, it's the truth, man. So Lamar Jackson, man, he went 15 for 19. Didn't even throw the ball that much, but who cares? 186 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'll take it. Yeah, man, it was crazy. Andrew was 5 receptions for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's just be real, man. The Ravens dominated. That's all there is to it. End of story. DRIski, what you got, man? Ravens beat the Browns 28-3.
Yeah, as Lamar Jackson is starting to get himself, seemed like he's starting to find his rhythm after, it seems like it's going to take him a good 3-4 games as he did his little thing midway of the offseason. But this basically says the Ravens defense and Harbaugh and his staff, they still got good defense over there. They're not playing. Deshaun Watson, you got kind of brought back down to earth. You're going to have to figure this out here, buddy, before they start looking at you sideways in Cleveland. So this is what this is all about. Ravens is just a better organization, better coach, and as you see, they're ready to get this season going to the next direction.
And they're the old Browns. Boom. What's up, Mike? Talk to us.
Well, this result was expected on a couple of fronts. One, no Nick Chubb, like Larry said. Best playmaker on the Browns offense. Number 2, and not very commonly known, Deshaun Watson didn't actually play in this game. They had their rookie backup, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, starting at quarterback. What the heck was he going to do against the Ravens defense without Nick Chubb? Not very much. It's always good to go into Cleveland or any division rivals and win. It's a nice leg up for Baltimore to get some momentum going to carry them into the season.
No, that is for dang sure. Terrence says here, the Browns didn't have Deshaun Watson. Yes, I get it. But when you're going from Deshaun Watson to Dorian Thompson-Robinson, of course, DTR to UCLA is an actual game and not a Hall of Fame game. You're not going to get the numbers you want. That is just facts all day. Adam, what you got, fam?
Yeah, Mike basically said what I was gonna go off of. Nick Chubb, you've got DTR having to make an emergency spot start. And as Jen on the Show of the Land pointed out last night, the Browns also lost their starting center partway through the game. that's a wonderful recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what happened, especially when you've got a quality opponent there in Baltimore that knows how to sniff blood in the water and to execute. Totally expected there from Baltimore. Great job, Ravens.
100%, man. Because what a game there for those guys. They got it done. What in the hell happened? Wow. The Texans made the Steelers look like they made them look like Steelers. It was hilarious. I just couldn't believe this. What the crap? Okay, it was at the half. It was 16-0. At that point in time, all right, well, there this game goes. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. The Ravens. I'm still on the Ravens. The Steelers just don't have another gear. They just start the car and they stay in first. They're not going nowhere else. They don't have. You know what? The Steelers' clutch burned out. That's what happened. They can't shift. They can't shift. They're just gonna stay at one speed. That's all. That's it. They're a one-trick pony. The defense is solid, but I mean, once again, I'm not trying to be mean. It's what you see on the field. The Steelers just don't seem to have another gear. I mean, once again, they beat the Raiders last week, but the Raiders don't have any gears. So, I mean, yeah, one gear is going to win. Regardless, the Texans, man, let's talk about how good this team was last week. Stroud, 16 for 30, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. The man looked pretty good. Collins, man, 7 receptions, 168, 2 touchdowns. How about them freaking Texans defeating the Steelers 30-6 at home in front of them Houston fans? Oh, it was a great day for those guys, wasn't it? ItsDriski, talk to us.
ItsDriski, you look so pained.
Not pained. I'm just disgusted. Houston is our relative that we see them at the family reunion and we stay on the other side. That's how we do it. But but it's good to see the Houston Texans and D'Amico Ryans actually have some things going as CJ Stroud. He's showing that, you know what, you keep building around him, he's gonna do some things real good. And D'Amico Ryans is always good with his defense. For Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, my mom, she's a long life diehard Steelers fan. Like, we had to run out the house to celebrate Cowboys victory. That's how much of a Steelers fan she is. But Mike Tomlin, you're my guy, but the defense ain't your problem, but you need to find something on the offense in a hurry. And until they do, they're going to keep going in this direction, I believe.
That is sure. Mike, what you got?
This problem with the Steelers offense is that there is a ceiling that is not very high. Kenny Pickett, not an incredible athlete, not an incredible arm. He does the fundamentals well, but there's only so much he can do. He doesn't have the potential to score you 30, 40, 50 points a game week in and week out. Najee Harris, not an explosive breakaway running back. The receivers, George Pickens, nice weapon. Pat Freiermuth, again, solid, but there's a ceiling. And the problem when you have an offense that has a ceiling, as I experienced with the Commanders for a couple of years with Taylor Heineke as our quarterback, is that when your offense doesn't hit it, it is bad. Real bad. And that's what the Steelers experienced. And at that point, it doesn't matter if your defense gives up 10 points or 30. You ain't going to be able to do anything.
No, that's for dang sure. But that is, my gosh, you hit it on the head. Adam, what you got, man?
Yeah, I mean, I can speak to, an offense that when it puts up 10 points in a game, whoa, oh my God, what an amazing accomplishment, right? Going back to the whole clutch analogy, that's what happens when you've got those rookie drivers, man. They burn out those clutches. They don't know how to use that pedal. Are the Texans, though, I know we're only 4 weeks in. Are the Texans like the surprise team of the year? I'm kind of feeling like they are 2-2 right now. They're tied for first place in the AFC South. I know everybody in the AFC South is tied for first place right now, but the Texans are in the playoff conversation right now as we're only 4 weeks in. CJ Stroud is looking good right now. It is, people keep crapping on Ohio State quarterbacks. They may have to stop doing that after this week.
It's the truth, but he's hey, look, he is looking strong, and that's all there is to it. You gotta love it. I mean, it's kind of funny. Terrence says here, CJ Stroud looking like a better choice of a Bryce Young. I mean, it's crazy how this looks, man. I mean, we see this team playing so well right now, and I'm glad. I'm so glad that that somebody's at least having a good season. Somebody can cheer. Somebody can be excited about something, man. Because this season has been just something else. So, all right, this was what the hell? Like, look. I get it. This Bryce Young is his first season. I understand that. This is the Vikings. I'm sorry, y'all. I just the Vikings irritate me, and they always have since about 2016 when they look extremely dominant. And then every year they get progressively worse, but they're just good enough to win games. It freaks me out. Anyway, the Vikings are still the Vikings. They're still that team they're going to show up for just a little bit, and then they're going to kind of fall apart. Let's just be real. That's what they do. They're going to make the playoffs and go somewhere and then just lose. I mean, once again, it's not trying to be a jerk, but this is what we've seen. So we see Cousins, though, 12 for 19, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 picks to accompany that. Jefferson had a pretty decent game, 6 receptions for 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. Regardless, guys, it was a victory for the Vikings. They advanced to 1-3. That was their first victory of the season. Yeah, I'm not sure how the Vikings are going to do the rest of the year when it comes to bigger games than this. Regardless, it was a victory for them. They are winless no more. However, the Panthers are still winless at 0-4. Drewski, talk to us.
This game, as you see, it was who's gonna win. At the end of the regulation, who's gonna win? Because both of these teams really haven't experienced some winning this year, and then you could just tell. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want? No, you take it. You take it. They at the 4-way stop, like where everybody's like, you pass. No, and somebody just had to win. Minnesota. Let's see what this does for them going in forward, as the NFC North is actually going to be probably a little bit tougher than everybody thought.
Oh, that's for dang sure. Mike, what you got?
Well, it was funny because everybody was going in on the Broncos-Bears game as like the sad game or the toilet bowl or however they wanted to describe it. The memes that were coming out. This game also featured 2 undefeated teams and actually kind of was the toilet bowl. This was not a good football game, but kind of like Drewski said, at the end of the day, somebody's going to win it, and it's going to be the team with the wide receiver who's on pace to have a historic season. And honestly, with the way the Vikings season is going, that might be the only thing we're following, given about week 12, 13.
Oh yeah, you hit it on the head. Yes, no, absolutely. Adam, I know you're a big Vikings fan. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, this is the kind of game where, unless you are a diehard of one of these teams, there was no way you were checking in and tuning into this one. This one was rough. My favorite play from the whole thing was Kirk Cousins. They're driving down, gets picked off in the end zone. Panthers runs it all the way down. Cousins busts his hump to try to get down and do something. Goes 80 yards just to get blocked out of the way. But as Mike so perfectly pointed out, the Vikings, when in doubt, when you've got Justin Jefferson, all you have to do is your Cousins is screw it. Jefferson's down there somewhere. Whee! Yep. And there you go. And that bails you out. That bails you out. And that's, hey, it worked against the Panthers. There's a lot of teams that'll work against, just none of them good.
No, and that's for damn sure. So, okay, here this one goes. Here we go. So, at one point in this game, I mean, this has happened a lot this week, didn't it? At one point in this game, the Rams were like, "Hey, we're gonna dominate. We look like a good football team this year, right? We're gonna win. We look good. We're gonna chase down our second victory." And then, the rest of the game happens, and the Colts were like, "Not so fast." They pulled a Lee Corso. However, it was a TD. Good old Puka, man, made it happen for these guys. In overtime, yes, the damn game went into overtime. I mean, look, you got to be happy, Colts fans, for a fighting Colts team, but for a Rams team, what the hell happened? I guess it was. I watched all these games. That's hard to watch them all at the same time, but watching the Rams just kind of collapse after a while, it's kind of hard. I don't know. You want to believe in the Rams ever so slightly, but games like this just make you go, yeah, there's no way I'm going to believe in this team come later in the season. Sorry. So, yeah, so Terrence's Vikings won the Toilet Bowl 2.0. Absolutely. Yeah, that's for sure. The defense shine more than the offense. So, anyway, so the Rams, I mean, say what you will. You're not going to get me thinking otherwise. Regardless, they did win this game. Matthew Stafford, 27 for 40, 319 yards. Okay, cool. He threw a pick, but he also threw a TD. Williams, man, 25 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. And, man, Nakua, man, this dude, 9 receptions, 163 yards, 1 touchdown. You know what, man? The Rams, they look okay. So, but once again, they're still nothing special. So, Terrence is here. Rams Colts was the tale of two halves. Puka Nakua is here, absolutely, and with Cooper Kupp returning, that will be fun. But once again, can they get it together? Big ups to our boy, Mr. Marcus Losgray, of course, the host of our combat sports show here on iSports Radio. Gloves off, big ups to him. 49ers fan, by the way. So, all right, talk to us, Drewski. Rams knock off the Colts, 29-23 in overtime.
For the Rams, you just wonder the F them picks, that type of mentality. Do you wonder if that kind of is not the right recipe to actually have a good team culture? And I think it's just probably something since the Super Bowl they're struggling with. Now, Cooper Kupp coming back, that's a good recipe for some food that you're trying to make. I mean, that's some good seasoning that you need right there. It's good to see that they were able to run the ball. For the Colts, they're taking steps in the right direction. I just think it will probably still take them some time, but they're taking the steps in the right direction. For the Rams, if you're a Rams fan, just hang on, hold on, man. This week-to-week thing, it's going to be a week-to-week thing with the Rams, but kudos for them. They were supposed to win the game, and somehow they managed not to lose the game.
They were playing not to lose, not to win. Mike, what you got?
Well, when you talk about the Rams, you cannot talk enough right now about Puka Nakua, making all the draft pundits look silly and making all the teams look silly for passing on him until the 5th round. And this man, we would be talking about him a lot more on a historical pace if it wasn't for Justin Jefferson. But this dude is on an equally impressive pace. And for the Colts, it wasn't the greatest game. But look, we saw things to make us excited about Anthony Richardson. And no, he did not have a perfect game, but you saw why the Colts invested in him and the potential he brings to the field. If this guy can just clean up a couple of the issues, he's going to be scary good.
And that's for dang sure. Adam, what you got for us? Finish this off for us, man.
I mean, we were joking about how bad it was that the Bears gave up a 21-point lead. This was a 23-0 lead for the Rams. You want to talk about a collapse had it happened. Huge props to the Colts. You're down 23-0 against an Aaron Donald-led defense, and it's Anthony Richardson coming off of an injury the week before. Nobody would have been upset if it had been kind of, okay, guys, this isn't our week. We'll figure this out. Whoa. No, not Marcus, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Did you see what Justin Fields did last week? 335 yards. I'll still take that. Thank you.
Well, there you go. Of course, Marcus Loves Great. The chat was just watching Richardson. Bears fans must have been pissed off. So,
no,
there you
not
go.
At all. Not at all.
There's the Bears.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, watching Jalen Carter now. Ask that question.
Yeah, you can tell Raider fans about that one. Anyway, so here we go, guys. Buccaneers. You know, the Saints were the team, right? Look, I still wish all the best to Derek Carr, but I don't know, man. I feel like early on, because if you listen to Monday's show, man, our boy Joey, he's just being a diehard, and I love his diehardness. But yeah, he's really irritated with Carr already, and honestly, I can see why. He actually is kind of screwing up over there, and it sucks because I want to see him do really well, but his decisions kind of just hurt a little bit because I want him to shove it in the Raiders' face. Regardless, not the best day. The Buccaneers, though, they had a pretty okay day. Mayfield, man, 25 for 32, 246 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 pick on the day. But, man, Godwin just doing what Godwin does. 8 receptions, 114 yards. This is a good football team. Overall, man, they're 3-1. They're looking sharp. the Buccaneers, man, they're still the team to beat in the NFC South. That's where I'm at. So, Drewski, where you at, man?
I'm in total agreement. They are showing that they still have the pieces that resemble from what their playoff success has happened to them or their recent success. My girl, she is a diehard Oklahoma fan. So to see Baker Mayfield kind of shake back as Texas OU do play the Red River rivalry game down here in Dallas this Saturday, to see Baker Mayfield kind of shake back, he has the weapons. The defense looks like, they're kind of finding themselves getting better. In this division, the NFC South is still going to be probably a bad division, but it looks like the Bucs are still in position to make sure they take the throne in the AFC South. And sorry to the Saints, man. They just don't have it going right now. Offensively, it's just a mishap right now, especially at the quarterback position, what they want to do. So that's how I see it.
It's the truth, man. Terrence defending Derek Carr. I can't. I just can't. You got it. You got it. Look, man. We all know NFL stands for not for long, and that's just all there is to it, man. Trust me. I played in the NCAA. I know what it feels like. You can't get our coaches, guys, at the very beginning, kind of just made a joke that was funny, but at the same time wasn't funny. Because the truth, guys. First day at training camp, because when you go before practice, hey guys, and just so you guys know, don't get hurt. It's funny because. But at the end of the day, it's like, shit. Yeah, he's right, because next man up. You know what I mean? And I had to fight like hell twice in my playing career in college to get my position back after injuries, man. And it sucked. I got it back both times. And I get you. It's hard. So at the end of the day, you got to be a dog. You have to go out there and play like that. You got to make things happen. Because if not, so I'm not discrediting Derek Carr. I love him, but at the end of the day, he's got to make it happen. But yeah, man. Bucs are reviving Baker Mayfield's career. Absolutely, hoping Mike Evans' injury isn't too serious. No, I absolutely agree with that. So, Mike, talk to us, man. Buccaneers over the Saints, 26-9.
Well, look, for the Saints, some days in the NFL, it's just not your day. Nothing goes right. You can't really stop the other team. Your offense isn't doing anything. You get to the end of the day and you go, you know what? We're going to look at what we did wrong, and we're going to try to come back better next week than we played this week. But for the Bucs might be the best 3-1 team that nobody's talking about. I mean, this is a team that people were talking about potentially in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, and now here they are leading the division. It's a credit to Baker Mayfield for drowning out all that noise and playing good, solid football. It's a credit to the coaching staff preparing this team every week. It's a credit to that defense, too. People forget there's still some dogs on that defense. And you saw Vita Vea show up this week. You saw Antoine Winfield show up this week. There's still some talent on this team, and they are taking it to their opponents.
That is, oh my gosh, give me chills. So correct. But talk about it, Adam. What you got, man?
Mike, you stole my thunder. Everybody's talking about Baker Mayfield, rightly so. Quarterback always gets the attention. That's why they get the big bucks, et cetera, et cetera. This defense and the defensive line in particular, Vita Vea is possibly the best defensive tackle not named Aaron Donald or Jalen Carter in the NFL. He is a beast out there. And 3 sacks. They had a couple takeaways three takeaways in the game as well. Derek Carr wasn't at 100%. Guts for Carr, to go out there and, hey, no, I'm going to go out and fight and give it 100% of what I have. But against that defense, that's a tough assignment. So probably the least surprising outcome for a very surprising Tampa Bay team.
I mean, it was awesome to see how they did. This team looks so well, and you know what, man, it's true. I love what they got going. It was just a special performance by these guys. They're looking very good, and you know what, I love it. This is without a doubt a good team that can come out and play well. So, all right, guys. Well, coming on up, man. This right here, this was a game. Oh my gosh, this was a game, or was it not a game? Ladies and gentlemen, I have been so damn high on the Eagles. I've been soaring high with them Eagles, man. I've really, really, really been pushing them. I just have so much belief. I think they're going to blow everybody out, looking like it's going to be a Miami Dolphins game every single week. And then this happens. It's not that the Commanders are a bad team, because I always say they got the defensive line from hell. I love this team. but the Eagles just my hopes are so high, and every week they just make it's like watching Superman get his ass kicked and then barely win at the end. It's like, I thought you were Superman. Like I thought that couldn't happen to you. So I'm sorry. Maybe I'm putting the Eagles too high. And on Sunday, I guess I couldn't help it. I put out the tweet. Am I too high up? Should I tone my Eagles hype down, or should I actually take my Commanders hype up? Ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles win this game, but it was ugly, and they barely got this victory. Look at dsDriski, like I don't give a damn about either one of them. But I'll tell you right now, this Eagles team, man, 4-0. You know what? Look, Hurts 25 for 37, 319 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, when it comes down to it, Brown looked pretty okay. 9 receptions for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. But you guys, I mean, look at the Commanders, man. The Commanders played. They actually had the time possession. The Commanders had the ball 5 more minutes in the game than the Eagles did, man. They had it for 35 minutes and 7 seconds, where the Commanders only had it. Where the Eagles only had it for 30 minutes and 55 seconds. I mean, the Commanders, technically, they were the better team. They just didn't win. Penalties kicked them right in the freaking that was hard. 7 penalties for 41 yards. The Eagles had 11 penalties for 80 yards, which is worse. Regardless, what I'm trying to say is the Eagles, man. Look, I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate on the Commanders because damn it, what a good game by these guys. But the Eagles, they're losing my excitedness for them. I guess it's hard. But anyway, Commanders take it fall. They tumbled to 2-2 on the season. Eagles jumped to 4-0. dsDriski, what's good?
In the words of Iceman off of Top Gun, when everybody starts praising the Eagles, after Maverick said he was inverted with a MiG-28, when people say Philly is the team to beat, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I have to sneeze that. You know what I'm saying? But what you see right here is a typical NFC East game. That game was the Eagles are a good football team. Their defense might have had a little bad day, probably that day, but in the NFC East, it's just you when you think you have it figured out, you find out you don't have nothing figured out. And as you saw Washington, this is a team that looks like maybe if they could keep it all together, they might just gonna make everybody else in this division sweat, at least us and the Philadelphia Eagles. So this is, to me, was just a typical NFC East game. Both teams are going to battle it out. You never know what you're going to get. Unfortunately, it went in overtime. The Eagles won. That's all.
I like that. Putting it in perspective of a damn good football game. I like that. So, Mike, Pat, you are the commander in the house. Talk to him.
Well, among Commanders' losses, this is probably the one that I am least upset about. It just in the grand scheme of things. Because look at it. Yes, we lost this game, but we took the Eagles, the reigning NFC representatives in the Super Bowl, 3-0, borderline MVP Jalen Hurts, number 1 defense in the league, number 1 offensive line. We took them to overtime. We had leads in this game for a quarterback making his 5th NFL start, for an offensive line that cannot do anything right, for a defense where half of the guys seem to be injured every week. I never know who's starting on the defensive line or who's starting in the secondary, with a rookie corner on A.J. Brown to take this game into overtime in Philadelphia as well. That is almost as good as a victory. Obviously, nothing's as good as a victory, but that is, the competitiveness, the heart, the fight, that is what you want to see from this team. And shout out to Sam Howell and shout out to Terry McLaurin. Your foot was in bounds.
It was on top of a guy. That ought to count.
That ought to count. There was green in between that shoe. I'm just saying.
No, I love it. My great analysis for your team, brother. And you're right. That was a pretty... That to me, that can count, man. That definitely counts as a victory, step in the right direction for sure. Adam, what you got for this?
I'll just go ahead and add comic book nerd to my growing list of things here. You were bringing up Superman. Well, they in the comics for a while there, they came up with a synthetic kryptonite, and it would only work some of the time. That's what everybody's doing with Jalen Hurts right now. Is they're trying this synthetic kryptonite, and it's stopping Superman for half the game. But, the other thing to point out there with the Commanders, not only did they take the Eagles to the brink, they scored on literally the last play of regulation to tie it. The guts and the chutzpah to, hey, we're in Philly. Nah, the heck with this crowd. We're driving down. We're driving right into the throat of the beast, and we're going to tie this game. And real quick, a huge difference between the level of head coach they have in Washington compared to the head coach we have in Chicago. When asked after the game about a controversial end of game decision, in the case of Ron Rivera, it was, why didn't you go for 2 and try to win it at the end? He gave an answer, as opposed to the Bears head coach. Why did you go for it on 4th down? Well, no, Rivera said, look, we just literally drove down the field. Our guys were gassed. We had to kick the extra point and play for overtime. Okay, thanks for the asked and answered. Thank you.
He didn't give a Bears answer.
I will say, Ron Rivera's professionalism and statesman-like persona is a breath of fresh air in DC. Breath of fresh air.
The guy's amazing. I watched him one time when he was with the Panthers, I think, and I remember seeing him on a film, NFL film type of deal. And I wrote this quote down, guys. I wrote it down that day. It was beautiful. Where he tells the guy, it doesn't matter how hard it is. That's just the way it is. Nothing is ever simple. So accept it, make it a part of who you are, and go out and do it. And I will live by that forever, because that to me is everything. It's football and everything. So yeah, Ron Rivera is that kind of guy. He was a Bear. He was an 85 Bear. Okay, that's the cool part. Some people don't know he was part of the freaking 85 Bears. All right, but yeah, I mean, this guy right here is he's awesome, man. I'm a big fan of Ron Rivera. But yeah, man, you guys just, I don't know. It was a tough one, but an even tougher one. An even tougher one is right here. Is it time? Is it, look, you guys know this. A lot of you already know this. I'm a big fan of Flemlo Raps on YouTube. He just made a video about his Bengals, man, not too long ago, and I love it. He's talking. I was watching on the way home. While I was listening to it, and he's just talking about how Burrow is such a competitor, but sometimes does that competitiveness kind of jack you up to where you try so damn hard. So that's the opposite of what I said about Derek Carr, trying to suck it up and push through it, because Burrow's over here trying to do everything he possibly can, when at the end of the day, he's one man. You're not going to beat 11 guys by yourself. I don't give a damn who you are. And you're not going to overcome everything by yourself. It doesn't mean that the team's not helping him. It just means the fact that he's pushing so hard where I think he's actually regressing right now with his performance versus doing better. And I don't know. Whatever's wrong with him, I know he's got some injuries, he's got some things going on. He needs to get healed up, man, because he ain't gonna do nothing but hurt somebody, but hurt himself and his team worse. I mean, that's just how it goes, guys. So I mean, if that's the case, I don't know, but there it is. So with the Bengals, just look horrible. They're 1-3. The Titans also look horrible, but they're 2-2. I'm sorry, I'm on the Titans every single week because I don't know how this thing just makes me angry. They're like the Vikings. Like, they have a team, but they don't do anything. This week they did good because, well, they played a team who's falling apart. But 27-3 victory here. Tannehill looked like a quarterback this week. 18 for 25, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Henry does what King Henry's going to do. 22 carries, 122 yards, 1 touchdown. D-Hop should have went to the Patriots. I'm going to say it every single week. 4 receptions, 63 yards. I mean, bro, you really could have had a better chance with those guys. Anyway, Drewski, Titans defeat the dang Bengals, man, 27-3. What you got?
Well, for the Titans, it's a good taste in their mouth that they actually it's kind of half empty, half full. They beat up on a team that's been good in the AFC, so I give them that. They kind of get their own little thing back against the Bengals. And for the Bengals, to be honest with you, if you're wanting sympathy, that's like talking to the wall with me. Because when Dak Prescott got paid, don't nobody care about injuries. Don't nobody care about no weapons. Are you getting it done or not? And right now, since he's gotten paid, he is not getting it done. I just want that same voltage of energy to be placed at his feet as it was with Dak Prescott. Call a spade, and that's where I'm at.
Drewski said, I love how Drewski relates everything to everyone talking about Derek Prescott. To Dak Prescott. All the names are all over the place. I was talking about Derek Henry because it's true. Derek Henry threw a pass too, which is crazy, touchdown pass. But no, I'm with you, Drewski. I feel you, brother. But yeah, man, Mike, talk to us, brother.
Well, as a supporter of the Ravens, nothing makes me happier than to see the Bengals at 1-3. But to kind of emulate what Larry said and what Taryn said, where is Joe Burrow at? Where is he at? Because he suffered that injury in the preseason. People said he might miss a few games. He was out there week 1, but where is he at? Look, you just signed this guy for 5 years. Now is not the time to damage him with all that guaranteed money you just got to get him. If he is not right, if there is something wrong, look, you've been to the Super Bowl recently. You've made really good runs. You can take, if Joe Burrow is not right, you can take some time. If this year ends up being a wash because of it, then whatever. You got 5 more years of Joe Burrow. You got Jamar Chase. You've got all of these guys. Take the time. Make sure your franchise quarterback is right. Because trust me, I know when you damage your franchise quarterback, it can haunt you for a decade.
or longer. I'm sorry.
Or longer.
Or longer. Well, I think we might be okay now. But it's been a decade, okay?
Oh, man, that would hit deep. Adam, talk to us, man.
We got that wonderful performance going on there by Mike. Then Larry's, from my perspective, upstairs doing the LeBron James counting thing. Oh my gosh, we're getting pulled everywhere here. This is fantastic. This is definitely Cincinnati. Is definitely they're the University of Houston right now. They are what the hell is wrong with you guys to start the year? Tennessee has no business boat racing Cincinnati like that. There are problems. It is hard to feel sympathy for Cincinnati, though, because for the last couple of years, they have been we don't want your sympathy kind of team. We've been the swag. We're coming to take you down. We're coming to beat you. So shoes on the other foot. It's kind of hard to have any sympathy for them. But I agree. There's something is amiss with Joe Burrow when this kind of thing is going on. Something is not well in Denmark.
Yeah, I haven't had any sympathy for the Bengals since Carson Palmer got hurt. So,
Gosh, we're going back, man. I mean, that was back when, man, that was close to the time where
that was the black hole.
MVP Rex Grossman, quarterback, was back there for the Bears. I'm sorry. Look at Adam's like,
hey, he had that 4 weeks, it was amazing.
Hey, he had him. I don't think D-Hop to the Patriots can help out that team's problems. Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't think this would have happened with D-Hop. It probably would have still would have been pretty bad, I think, but at least D-Hop would have done something to make it better. Because golly, man, the Cowboys absolutely mollywopped. I use the word I don't even use very much. Man, they took the Patriots around the woodshed, man. This was about as bad as it gets. Golly, I guess every week the NFL is turning into an FBS versus FCS type of thing, man. I don't know. We get at least 3 games every week that are like, what the hell is this? So this week we had here the Dallas Longhorns taking on the New England Blue Hens. I'm sorry, Mike.
Whoa! No need to bring University of Delaware into this. Hang on.
Hey, I caught that one. All right, that's bonus points for me.
I'm sorry. Okay, we had that's what happened. It was just.
Would you prefer the Boston University Eagles, Mike? Would that
100%. 100%. Shoot, call them the Virginia Cavaliers. That's fair too at this point.
I'll tell you, man, this was about as ugly as it gets. I mean, my gosh, ugly for one team, but for the other team, it was so beautiful. Because I'll tell you, right, we had a guy that was there. I don't know if y'all know him, but he's over here. But his name is Drewski. But he was in the audience, man. He made an IASR fandom video for the ages. This dude was just on it. Prescott, man, 28 for 34. Talk about a damn good football game for him. 261, man. 261 yards, 1 touchdown. Ferguson was actually the leading, which is crazy. In receptions, 7 receptions for 77 yards. Pollard doing his thing. 11 carries, 47 yards. Man, at the end of the day, man, the Cowboys beat the hell out of the Patriots. It was just ugly. 35 minutes and 9 seconds time possession for these guys, man, where the Patriots only had for 24 minutes and 51 seconds. Might as well have been 24
Felt like
seconds.
24 seconds.
Because it was bad. So I'll tell you right now, man, the Patriots just got schooled. They got the big yellow bus and went to school. Druski, you were there, brother. You were there. Talk to us, man. Cowboys destroy the Patriots 38-3.
So this towel is from the game, and it still smells like victory up in there. This game has been what I've always said, and you'll hear me later on Heart of Texas Sports. Basically, as you saw in these 3 wins with the Dallas Cowboys, it's been really the same suit. When you cannot run the football against the Cowboys, you're in trouble. If Michael Parsons not getting to you, but they're still affecting you, you're in trouble. And my Planet Jerky, Ghost Pepper, Player of the Week.
Yep, that is the Planet Jerky. Ghost Pepper Player of the Week. Brought to you.
I'm going with my man, Deron Bland, who had 2 interceptions, one of those being a pick 6. If y'all go look on my YouTube, man, I got all the action. I covered it. For the Patriots, it was good to see Zeke come back down here, although it wasn't the fact that he got his normal carries there, what he did. To see Mac Jones go out like that, I hate that it was him, but it had to be him as Bill Belichick. He's normally had our number as a Patriots head coach, but to make him have his worst loss as a Patriot in his head coaching career as a Patriot, that does feel real good. And before I let y'all go on, it's kind of crazy how we're talking about some of these teams that's having offensive problems. Only the Dallas Cowboys, when they win by 35, the offense still didn't do nothing. They still, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about here? That's a 35-point victory. I don't care what the offense did. 35-point victory is all that matters, man. So I'm turning that over.
Man, y'all done ate the Patriots like a sandwich, man. Mike, what you got, brother?
Well, I'll tell you all a quick story. So before the season, I was helping my sister draft in her fantasy football league, and she was surprised because she, like myself, is not a Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't think anybody's surprised about that, but she was surprised when I selected for her the Dallas Cowboys defense, and now she's winning the league. So I am getting a really good Christmas present for that one. But I got to say, Druski, I'm directing this to you because I don't have anybody else to direct this to. Can y'all please get Tony Pollard into the end zone for my fantasy football team? I need some help from Tony Pollard, man. But no, in all seriousness, dude, this was a smackdown. The Cowboys are for real. We knew they were going to be for real before the season. Anybody with half a brain was treating this team seriously, and they are for real.
That's for damn sure. Adam, what you got?
I got a question for you, Druski. That Vander Esch touchdown, was that into your end zone, or were you on the other end?
I was on the other end, but I still got the footage of it. Hey, sometimes that's the way the ball works.
Yeah. I know from experience that when you're in the end zone area and the defense scores, oh God, there's nothing like it being in the section when that happens. Or even in my case, when the defense doesn't score. Shout out to Keith Trailer from way back in the day. Anyway, that
pulled it back.
Get him some oxygen.
Get that man some oxygen. It must have been 7,100 yards. Anyway, that was a beat down, and Mac Jones is broken. I mean, unfortunately, it's.
Yeah.
I remember that class, of course, because that's the Justin Fields class. Also, you look at that quarterback class right now. Trey Lance is a backup to the backup.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones is. You thought that he landed in the perfect spot. It was like, oh, if anybody could be a Patriots quarterback, it was going to be Mac Jones. The guy's been benched 3 times now for Zappy. And Justin Fields is, up and down, same as Trevor Lawrence. But man, Mac Jones, that poor kid is broken.
It's unfortunate, man. Well, you know who else is broken? The Las Vegas Raiders, because they can't seem to do anything right. This team just looks absolutely pitiful. But you know who doesn't look pitiful? The Chargers. You know what? They looked a little crappy. They did. Let's be real. They probably should have won this game by way more. Regardless, man, Herbert, 13 for 24, 176 yards. Sorry, 167 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. At the end of the day, guys, this team, they played much better. I don't know how the hell the score was even. I watched this whole game. It was crazy because I just don't understand how this score was even anywhere near as close as it was. The Chargers should have absolutely destroyed the Raiders in this game, but the Raiders found some way to make it look respectable, even though they're not respectable. Terrence is here. I got to talk to my brother, Meanie, and I'll be missing the Chargers game recap, but it's all good. Hey, thanks for being a part of us, brother, for here today. Because absolutely, Chargers just absolutely destroy the Raiders. I don't care what the score says. So the Raiders find ways to look horrible every single week, and the Chargers, I mean, let's be real, they're not doing anything this year. This team is not what they were last year. Unfortunately, they didn't even know who they were last year because of all the injuries to that great team. Regardless, their moment in the sunshine's kind of gone, but hey, they got the Raiders victory, and you know what? For them, that's a nice victory for them. So good job to those guys. The Raiders, you suck. Drewski, what you got, man?
This is, seeing it in Dallas. We've had, while Kellen Moore was offensive coordinator, Cowboys offense was productive, but they really didn't have no identity when it really got tough. If you look at the Chargers offense, they can put up some yards. They can probably put up some points. But when it gets in the thick of things, they kind of lack some type of identity. And I'm just really disappointed in the Chargers defense with all the stalwarts that they really got. They should really be more dominant than what they have been. And I mean, for Staley, his job status is going week by week. I don't want to say week by week, but they don't have a successful season this year. He can pack his bags. That's how I see it.
That's for damn sure. Khalil Mack racking up 6 sacks, man. That was amazing. So what you got for us, Mike?
Well, Drewski's right. This Chargers defense should be destroying people week in and week out. But, Larry, I'm going to need you to hold up the jerky, man, because my Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper Performance of the Week goes to Khalil Mack. 6. Okay, look. You can have a good game as a pass rusher and get 2 sacks. You can have a really good game and get 3 sacks. 6 sacks against an NFL offensive line. Yeah, count it out for me, Adam. Count it out. I see you over there. Not 4, not 5, 6 is insane. Like, you want to talk about putting the team and the game on your back? Khalil Mack had himself a day, and we all knew he was capable of this stuff. Going back to his days in Chicago. Sorry, Adam. But it's great to see a player of this caliber, when his team needs him, come in and just destroy and just take over like he did.
It was amazing. That was the Planet Jerky Ghost or Player of the Week, according to Mike Patt. What you got for us, Mr. Adam?
Go ahead and just leave that jerky right up there. It is so perfect, too, that it's the ghost pepper flavor for this week, because Khalil Mack had to have been a ghost out there. They couldn't see him to block him. Oh, my gosh. Sunday, I'm in misery because the Bears did what the Bears did. and then I got the alert. Hey, Khalil Mack, he's got 5 sacks. Huh? Pull up the highlights. It did my heart so good to see Khalil Mack just wrecking people on that offensive line. I'm sorry it had to be your Raiders, Larry, and I'm sorry that Aiden O'Connell, welcome to the NFL. Khalil Mack introduced himself as your personal valet, but wow, what a performance! But that was fun to watch somebody just wreck a game plan like that. But then, how in the world did the game only wind up being a touchdown? I mean, when somebody is just living in your backfield that score should have been that difference should have been higher.
No, that's for damn sure. So yeah, agreed, man. So the 49ers just beat the Cardinals 35-16. Next game. Okay, so I mean, is there anything to talk about here? I mean, this was just the game that we kind of knew it was going to happen. There was nothing special here. The Cardinals, I don't know how the hell they beat the Cowboys last week, but that's going to be their highlight of the 2020s. I'm just going to be real. Remember that week in 2023? I'm just saying, guys. It's the Cardinals. I love what they got going. I loved what they had going. Sorry, for a while, about a decade ago, and then they just kind of. Regardless, though, Brock Purdy, man, just doing what he does, 20 for 21, damn near perfect game there. 283 yards. He had one touchdown. McCaffrey just completely went off. That was, of course, Mr. Terran Rodriguez's Ghost Pepper Planet Jerky, Ghost Pepper Player of the Week. And 20 carries, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns. The man went off. Even Ayuk, man, this dude could also be a candidate for the Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper Player of the Week, man. 6 receptions, 148 yards. They don't beat the brakes off of these guys. I don't know how this score. It's the same thing. How is it 35? This should have been like 65-16. I'm sorry. Regardless, though, the Niners get the victory. They're 4-0 on the season. The Cardinals dropped to 1-3. Unfortunately, that 1-3, that one is over Drewski's Cowboys. My bad, bro. Drewski, talk about this game, man. What you got?
Yeah, and to the Cardinals' credit, they've had our number like the last 6 years. So I don't know what it is. It's just one of those. It's one of those ugly people you see in the corner that you see them so many times. You like, I don't even want to be involved with you. But for the 49ers, they did what they had to do. This is an NFC West game. The Niners are showing not only they're not the Cowboys, but they're showing that they're just a different animal when you have to contend with them in the NFC West. And I like my chances with the Cowboys going to Santa Clara anyway, which you'll hear from me anyway. But, Cardinals just show they're a superior team, and it showed. That's nothing else to be said.
I like it. Mike, what you got?
I mean, like you said, this is probably the most expected result of this week. But you got to give the Cardinals credit. They are not playing bad football. They're playing competitive football. It kind of reminds me of Detroit 2 years ago when they had just gotten Dan Campbell. They weren't winning games, but the vibe in Detroit was different. They were competing in games. People knew they were fighting harder. And for Arizona to be doing that with your quarterback out and probably playing video games, and, all the zero expectations, people thinking they were going to get the top 2 picks because they have Houston's pick, that doesn't look like it's going to happen either. But for them to be playing that football and being as competitive as they have been, you got to give them credit. But the 49ers are the 49ers, man. They're still one of the top 2 or 3 or 4 teams in the NFL.
Kaboom. What you got, Adam?
So much of what's been said has been what's needed to be said about this game. I will say the Brandon Ayuk stat line that jumped out at me too. It's like, wait a minute, where do you come off being that good at football here? So props to Brandon Ayuk for his day and his game. But yeah, the Niners should be comfortably handling this Cardinals team.
That's for dang sure. Well, somebody else got handled this week, but I don't know. I could have sworn it would have been worse. But this team is fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday Night Football was a fun game to watch because, the Chiefs.
Because Taylor Swift was there.
I just found out who she was. I'm just being real. I'm a football guy. So everyone's talking about, oh my gosh, like my wife had to tell me, like, I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I don't know what my life is sports. My bad. So when it comes to certain things,
there's a sports couples perspective topic if I've ever heard one.
Oh, yeah, you don't even. Yeah. That's my wife. Yep. By the way, her birthday's coming up. We're gonna have a special show coming up on Friday. That's gonna be a fun one. But with that said, you guys, I just don't understand. Look. Let's just call this game what it was. It was the Chiefs that I think underperformed with a Jets team that played their freaking hearts out, man. Look, Wilson, everyone hated this dude a year ago. But at the end of the day, because he's not Rodgers. But you know what, man? The dude is playing at the level. He's just topping out, man. He's doing everything he can. It's just unfortunately not going his way right now. But Mahomes, man, 18 for 30. Let's see here, 203 yards, 1 touchdown. I can't even talk right now. He threw 2 picks, man. 2 picks. Pacheco was the real hero of the game, man. 20 carries, 115 yards. He threw he didn't throw anything, but he got 1 TD, looking pretty okay. Kelsey was even held in check a little bit, man. 6 receptions, 60 yards. At the end of the day, man, this was I don't even talk about the stats, but Zach Wilson, 28 for 39, 245 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns, no picks. You know what, man? You got to throw the Jets a bone, just a little one. Chiefs took up the victory, 23-20. They're now 3-1 on the season. Jets are 1-3, but gosh damn it, those Jets didn't play a hard game, man. That was crazy. Drewski, what you got?
For the Jets, on the Jets side of perspective, I gotta give a big hand to Robert Saleh as he is keeping his team intact. You know, to have an injury to your starting quarterback like that, kind of it really just puts the whole damper in, and they done suffer some bad losses too, but to see them still go out and do their job is really refreshing to see that the Jets aren't just laughing stock because they're a bad football team. They fell on misfortune before the season started. Now for the Chiefs, it's kind of refreshing to see Andy Reid run the football. You can win games if you run the football, you know what I'm saying? So it's really good to see them actually do something in the run game and not have to always depend on, Patrick Mahomes. We know he can do what he can do, but there's going to be weeks that you can't just depend on him. And it was good to see the Chiefs actually win besides him throwing it everywhere around the yard.
Great analysis. Mike, what you got?
Well, you got to give the Jets defense credit, and this was a unit coming into the season that was one of the better units in the NFL. A lot of people weren't talking about it because everybody was talking about Aaron Rodgers and the weapons on the offense, but this defense has talent on all 3 levels, and it's been showing through the first 4 weeks of the season. But for the Chiefs, I got to wonder who's the wide receiver they're trading for. They gotta find something else. I mean, you cannot have your guys combined. And wait, let me do the quick math here. 7 catches for 65 yards amongst your receiving core. Terry McLaurin beat that by himself. So yeah, who's the receiver they're trading for? Adam, who do you got for him?
Hands off DJ Moore. Damn it. I got going for me right now. Keep your hands off him. Well, the other thing that's amazing about them running the ball is Matt Nagy is calling plays, and I think Matt Nagy is allergic to running the ball. So that is impressive that Pacheco had that night. This surprise, I mean, the Chiefs just came off of a curb stomping the week before. I expected more of the same, to be honest. I expected this to be in that 41-0, 41-6 kind of range. So for the Jets, I'm stunned that this came out of basically nowhere. I honestly feel like it's a mirage, though. I think it was, you've got the defending champs coming into town. It's a nationally televised game. Nobody expects anything of us. Well, damn it, we're going to show people that we're professionals too. And they rose to the occasion, still came up short. I still have no expectations for the Jets going forward. For the Chiefs, kind of like the Eagles. Hey, this is the NFL. This isn't the NCAA. There's no rankings. There's no style points. Every win counts the same. You came out with the win. That's what's important.
And that is correct. There is a team that plays in MetLife that says, damn it, we're professionals and we're going to win. We're going to fight like hell to win. And there's another team that plays in MetLife that says, well, just take the wins because we suck. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday night, the Seahawks, man, the Seahawks done smacked the Giants like they were like they were John Witherspoon's mama. Hot sauce so good back and forth. Mama, I mean, it was just so bad. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, just the beatdown of the. I'm sorry, there was worse scores than this, but this game was sad. The Giants were like something, when you want the referee in a good fight to step in and they don't
throw in the damn towel.
Yes.
Just stop it. Like, it's just, ref, come on, man. Get in the middle of this, man. This dude can't even, he's over in the corner doing this, and he can't even, he's running around the ring. And this was just ugly. The Giants looked like they were a Pop Warner. They didn't even get JV, man. They get Pop Warner. This was horrible. Every single moment of this game was so hard to watch. I just couldn't stop watching. I thought it was kind of funny, honestly, because at least my Raiders weren't the worst team this week, in my opinion, even though we look horrible. It was just bad. They looked horrible. They looked awful in every aspect of the game. The Giants looked absolutely horrible. I'm sorry, Giants fan, but you deserve better than this. Geno Smith, though, man, returns to that stadium and did okay. He went 13 for 20, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Look at this, man. Walker, 17 carries for 79 yards, 1 TD, just 21 short of the century mark. And Font, man, he had himself some. I thought that was a touchdown, damn it. Regardless, man, 2 receptions, 63 yards. Man, this dude was awesome. And may I just drop this now, ladies and gentlemen. Time for my Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper Player of the Week. How could it be anyone else? I'm just saying, no, you guys have some great dudes, and honestly, there was some good stuff there. But ladies and gentlemen, let's just be real. The Planet Jerky Ghost Pepper Player of the Week, there was a dude who I just thought stood so high. This guy went completely off, man. Of course, you know, Taryn and I cover all kinds of high school, college football, and everything on 3 and Out College Edition, man. Pine Forest High School football over there in Pensacola, Florida. This dude was amazing. I think there's somebody in this room here.
University of Illinois
fighting the Illini. This dude was one of the best corners coming out of the draft. Somebody also in this chat room mentioned him numerous times during our draft show this year, talking about watch out because he's going to be one hell of a player. Well, Mike, you got exactly what we thought we would get out of him. This fool played out of his gosh damn mind. It says here on this article on SI.com, says here, forcing multiple turnovers, including this is incredible, you guys. This is amazing. He had a pick 6, okay? And he had, a forced fumble? He had a sack. Homeboy had, he had a big hit in that game. I thought was absolutely amazing. I mean, this dude was insane. I wish I had his stats in front of me. I guess read
he had the trifecta.
He had everything you could want out of it. And he's a freaking rookie. I mean, talking about, he had 97-yard pick 6 here on apnews.com. I'm just looking at all these different things here on Google, man, because this dude was absolutely insane. Look at all these articles, man, talk about Ignite's ferocious defense in route. I mean, just look at all these awesome articles, man. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, this dude can make it happen. He balled the hell out, and good for him. I know, sorry it took forever, but it is what it is, y'all. My Planet Jerky goes for a Player of the Week, Mr. Devin Witherspoon. So anyway, with that said, you guys, this was a hilarious victory for the Seahawks, and just a terrible victory for those Giants. Once again, Seahawks defeat the Giants 24-3 on Monday Night Football. Drewski, talk to us.
Yeah, man. So I'm back on this theme. Now it's not fair, but life isn't. Daniel Jones, you got paid too. Now your offensive line, I get it. Every time you look up, there's somebody in your grill. But you know what? They paid you big money. If you were Dak Prescott on the Dallas Cowboys, they wouldn't be giving you that pass. So I'm not giving you one either. The Giants are in trouble, and when I say trouble, I mean trouble. They got some things they really need to figure out. I think this is about to be a locker room that's about to be very fractured, and it doesn't look real good for them as it start off. You're going to have a division between the defense and the offense because the offense seems like they just can't get their stuff together. Seahawks, though, I mean, it's a good look for Pete Carroll as, it's kind of hard to gauge off the Giants because they did, have 11 sacks? 11 sacks? Imagine if you spent money for the Giants to go to their games, and your 2 home games you go to, you done gave up 18 sacks, only scored 3 points. Man, I'm looking for a full refund and some. That's just how I see it as the Giants, man. Terrible for them, but big ups to Pete Carroll and the Seahawks. Geno Smith, he got his thing going. Seahawks actually might just make them a little noise going down the stretch of the season.
I'm loving it, man. I'm gonna enjoy my planet jerky, but this is because once again, y'all want to enjoy some planet jerky while enjoying 3 and Out, and of course all these great shows here at IE Sports Radio. So absolutely great stuff there, Driski. Mike, what you got for us, man?
I mean, Larry, you remember before the season when we were doing our 8 divisions in 8 days, who was I not worried about in the NFC East? It was those New York Giants. And so far, through the first 4 games, I don't see anything that should be scaring me, that should be scaring Drewski, that should be scaring Phillies fans. Heck, maybe nothing to even be scaring Adam over here. You know,
let's not go that far. Let's not go that far.
All right, fair enough. But look, dude, this is a team. They're a mess. Like, I don't know how you turn this around. I don't know what pieces you add to fix this. But for Seattle, hey, you know, if they're gonna let you walk in and get those 11 sacks, I'd take those all day long. So yeah, great performance by Seattle's defense. Devin Witherspoon, also shout out to Bobby Wagner, had a couple sacks. Jordan Brooks had a couple sacks, and he recovered the fumble that Devin Witherspoon caused. So, you know, Seattle's offense, a little bit concerning. He was not down, but, you know, when the offense is off, let the defense pick you up and take you to the victory.
And that is for sure, man. And by the way, it's kind of funny because the Giants were the surprise team of last year. Well, that's no more. So, Adam, what you got for us, man?
The Seahawks had 11 sacks in that game. That's 5 times as many as the Bears have all season. So, golly. Yeah, Devin Witherspoon, to your point, Larry, here's Devin Witherspoon's stat line. This is a corner. 7 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, the pick 6, 3 quarterback hits. This is a cornerback. What is he doing living in the backfield like that? You know, good grief, young man. Good grief. Saquon Barkley's got to be sitting there somewhere going, why did I sign this franchise tag? Why did I sign this franchise tag? That the Giants are a mess. Brian Daboll does have a situation in front of him that he is unfortunately of his own making, because they're the ones that decided they had to stick with Daniel Jones. And now you reap what you sow with that. You got to figure something out. But yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess over there in East Rutherford.
Oh, it is. And when you got a guy that by himself has better stats than the Raiders in all 4 games that were played, that's crazy. That's amazing. You have one dude that did better than 11 dudes in 4 games. That's amazing. Mike, what you got down there, man? You want to say something?
I was going to say, if you look at all of the other teams that are struggling in the league, at least most of them have a direction. We know where they're headed, or, we know where their bright spots are. I don't see that with the Giants. I don't know what direction this team is headed. I don't see the bright spots. Like, Chicago's got bright spots.
Oh, we do? Thank you.
You do.
We do.
The Raiders, okay. But, like, the Cardinals, they've got a direction. Like, all these teams have directions. The Giants, I don't know what's going on, man.
They got a direction, Mike. It's down. That's not their direction. It's down.
That's not a direction that any owner is going to accept, Larry.
This is true, man. So, gentlemen, we have reached it, man. Now we're gonna do our quick picks. Try to get this within about 10 minutes or so. It was a fun one tonight, man. Let's go ahead and get it ready, y'all. Week number 5 heading into the NFL. So it's incredible how fast the season moves, man. It's like once September hits, the year just flies. It's just that's how it goes, man. So here we go. Thursday night, well, there's 2 of you guys in here, and it's kind of funny because, well, here it is. We have the really, really horrible bowl. I'm just kidding. No, we have a game that I don't know what this game is. It's one team that's like, please, God, help me. Please, help me. And then you have another team that's like, we just almost beat the Eagles. Did we do that? Was it a dream? No, we did that. No. Are we going to be good this week? You know, it'd be really cool if we were to play the Bears and play down to their level and have them almost beat us, but scare all of our fans half to death, and then give the Bears hope. So people like Adam could be like, yeah, I mean, what is it gonna be? I don't know. Anyway, quick hits on this one. Have fun. You guys can take all the time you want to down there. That's completely fine. But Drewski, talk to us, bro. What do you got in this game and why?
Man, Chi-Town. Hey, this is a game where the Bears just have to just put weeks together. As a professional, you can only look toward the next week. Good thing for them, it's a short week. They ain't got too much to really worry about it, because if they worrying about how the season is going right now, Washington is going to put foot to them. That's some words you don't really hear me say, but I think Washington is really – they're trying to find their ways to say, no, we got a shot to actually compete in the NFC East. Yeah. Let's try to make sure we get a game that they're supposed to get, and I'm going to take the Washington Commanders in this one.
Okay, well, start us off away team. What you got, Adam? I know you guys are going with your teams, but I want to hear it. So talk to us real quick, man. What do you guys got to do to win this game, man?
Oh my gosh. The first 3 quarters from Sunday. If capture that lightning in a bottle, do that again. Fields was literally the best quarterback in the NFL this past week. He was at one point 23 of 25. One of the incompletions was a Hail Mary to end the first half, where it was literally just throw it up there and hey, if they catch it, great. If they don't, oh well. You know, he was having that kind of a game, and they still lost. Drewski, you brought up the hey, at least it's a quick turnaround. I hope it works that way, because the attitude in the locker room, Fields and a couple other players literally were a half hour after the locker room had opened to the media. Guys were still just sitting in their lockers, full uniform, doing the 1,000-yard stare of what in the hell just happened. Yeah. So, yeah, now you got to turn around on a really fast week. And Mike, I'm going to give you some good news here. Eddie Jackson is out. Jalen Johnson is out. Kyler Gordon is still on injured reserve. Kyler Gordon's backup at the nickelback position, Josh Blackwell, is still on injured reserve. The Bears secondary, which was their deepest overall position going into the season, is shredded. There's just nothing there. And the front four is just totally anemic. The way the Bears win this is we get the first 3 quarters that we saw on Sunday from Justin Fields, where Justin Fields just says, screw it. I'm winning this damn football game. Screw you, Commanders. Screw you, Eberflus. Screw you, Getsy. We are winning a damn football game. And he just takes over. That's what has to happen for the Bears to win.
What do you think, Mike? What do you got? What do you guys got to do, man?
Well, it sounds rudimentary and fundamental, but the easiest and quickest path to victory is to exploit your opponent's weaknesses. And for Chicago right now, with their injuries, there are 2 glaring weaknesses. One is that secondary, which, as Adam said, going into the season was one of the strengths of the team, but like all their top guys are out, and we've got, Scary Terry, we've got Jahan Dotson, we've got Curtis Samuel, we've got all these weapons. Let's exploit that. And on defense, Chicago's weakness happens to line up with our greatest strength, because their weakness is their offensive line, and our strength is our defensive line. So they've got the rookie at right tackle, Darnell Wright. They've got a backup at left tackle. I listen to Chi-Town Weekly.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So you've got Chase Young back from injury, 2 sacks, 2 games. It's a pretty good rate. And you got Montez Sweat on the other side. And, you just got to attack the weaknesses, and you have to minimize the one threat that can beat you, which is exactly what Adam described. Minimize Justin Fields' damage. If you can do that, exploit their weaknesses, this should be a walk in the park. Should be.
But I'll tell you.
I will say one thing that could help the offensive line potentially. Tevin Jenkins, who is slated to be the starting left guard, he's eligible to come off of injured reserve. He did practice. He physically practiced today. He was in the fake practices on Monday and Tuesday, he was listed as, hey, he
practice.
would have practiced had they actually practiced. So that could help. Doesn't change the fact that you still have Larry Borum playing left tackle.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the fact that, you've still got problems overall, but that could help. I'll tell you the guy who's probably the most upset about this game, though. Al Michaels has got to be going, who the hell did I piss off at Amazon that I got this game 2 years in a row?
Gentlemen, this is a good. I like it. Drewski's taking the risk. He's going Bears. That was crazy. We got Mike over here, of course, with his Commanders. Adam with his Commanders. They're favored by 6 points, you guys. I'm sorry, man. I know. I guess.
Actually, I took Washington.
Okay, well,
that's what I thought.
I'm
That's what I
sorry.
thought.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm taking them too. It's okay. I know, Adam.
Hey, make the smart play.
Right?
Play.
That's what I'm gonna tell you guys about the Raiders. Just be smart. Don't do
I will give you this, Adam. I'll give you this little nugget. Back in 2000 and I want to say 7, the Miami Dolphins were 0-14 on their way to a winless season, and the team that they beat to not go winless was one of my teams, the Baltimore Ravens. So the DMV has history of helping teams out of slumps. So you might have that in your favor, sir.
I'll take whatever help I can get.
We shall see. So, all right, guys, these are gonna be nice and quick hits. Of course, Drewski can do his thing with his Cowboys. I'm not gonna take along with the Raiders, but hey, we're gonna have some fun here. Let's go quick hits, guys. NFL UK. We're gonna do a Toy Story game. I'm just kidding. But this game is gonna be kind of like Toy Story because Buffalo is gonna play with Jacksonville like toys because this is gonna be really sad when Buffalo absolutely destroys Jacksonville. They're favored by 5.5 points. I'm like 55 points. I'm just kidding. But yeah, people in the UK, I hope there's not a lot of Jag fans over there because the Bills fans they're gonna have a lot of Bills fans by the end of Sunday, I think. So, Drewski, who you got, man?
I think the Jags have home field advantage. They play over there so much, but give me the Bills. This is season 1.
Yeah, all day. Mike?
Did Jacksonville even come home between the weeks? Like, my goodness.
Right?
I mean, honestly, like, Buffalo, I don't know the last time they played overseas. I'm going to go Jacksonville. I think, they're familiar with the stadium. They play over there so much. They're coming off their win. Buffalo, time zone change. I don't know. I think Jacksonville might surprise us here.
Wouldn't that be something?
Prediction.
Yeah, Adam.
I like it. I have to go Bills. I have to go chalk, but I like your thinking there, Mike. The Bills they just had one of their secondary guys go down with a torn Achilles, so he's obviously not making the trip, not playing. Josh Allen is just the Bills. Josh Allen is just too much. Stephon Diggs is just too much. Gabe Davis, when you've got that deep vertical speed threat that they figured out how to use, it's just too much. Jacksonville will keep it close, but I like the Bills.
All day. So, all right, guys, next up we have Tennessee and Indy. Let's just be real. Indianapolis could win a game here. Tennessee could win a game here. This is just a weird football game. Honestly, just because the Titans are historic in the last couple of years for just falling apart in the dumbest games, just give me the Colts because I'm going to have a fun. I'll be happy on Sunday with this. So, who you got, Drewski?
This is a pick'em game. This game could go either direction. I think the Colts have a lot of momentum, but I'm going to go Tennessee Titans.
Mike?
Tie. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
No, I'll go with the Titans. I mean, the Colts are just so young and so volatile. I'll give it to Tennessee.
Adam, who you got?
I was literally just looking around for any kind of a coin that I could flip here. Where is this game being played? Is this in Indy, right?
This is in Indy, Lucas Oil, or I don't know what it's called now, but
then yeah, sure. I'll go with the home field advantage to the Colts. They just came back from 23 down. Sure, why not? They're young. They don't know they're supposed to lose these games. I'll take Indy.
And Tennessee's favored by 2 points, but yeah, wrong. But all right, next up we have the no versus knee game. We have the Saints taking on the Patriots, where the Patriots are favored by 1 point. This is kind of funny because this is another coin flip game. Give me something to flip. I don't know. Should I flip the Planet Jerky? Yeah, give me the. What did I say for the? Give me the. Oh, hell with it. Give me the Patriots. It's Bill. They're home. They're going to find a way to barely win this game, I guess. I don't know. Patriots all day, I guess, in that one. Drewski, who you got, man?
I'm going to take the Patriots as well. There's one thing that Bill Belichick might have a worse loss. I don't think he follows it with a back-to-back loss. Give me the Patriots.
Good one, Mike.
Who wrote this schedule for this week? Goodness gracious. For Pete's sake, I'll go New England at home.
Yeah. Adam?
Drewski, you took the words right out of my mouth. There's no way that Bill Belichick doesn't have he might literally light some fires under some asses after that. There's no way the Patriots are going to get demoralized at home by a banged up New Orleans team.
That's for damn sure. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness. Baltimore's there by 4 points. It's going to be a nasty game because they're rivals, but I just don't see any way, shape, or form the Ravens leave Hines without the victory. Give me the Ravens, man. Give me the purple Ravens flock. What's going on, Drewski?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with you right there too. Give me the Ravens, man. I don't think the Steelers have enough offense.
That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Michael, you got?
Well, I'm obligated to pick the Ravens, obviously, but I got to tell you, man, these AFC North divisional games, except against the Browns, are always 50-50. There was a stretch for like 3 or 4 years in the mid-2010s where Pittsburgh always won in Baltimore and Baltimore always won in Pittsburgh. You can never be too sure about these Baltimore-Pittsburgh games, man. You just can't.
Craziness. Adam?
Yeah, these are some fun rivalry games. There's a lot of history in this one. Kenny Pickett is no Ben Roethlisberger, though. Give me Baltimore comfortably in this one.
Comfortably. This is another game that should probably have some comfortably in it because I don't know. The Falcons just look like crap. The Texans, I mean, D'Amico's, just because Ryans is actually making it happen over there. Atlanta's favored by 2 points. Give me the Texans on the road. That's what I like right now. That's what I think. So, Drewski, who you got, man?
Oh, this is AFC South, NFC South bad teams. I don't want to go Houston. Where's this game at?
In Atlanta.
Give me the Dirty Birds.
Dirty Birds? Who you got, Mike?
I think they shape back.
Again, who made this schedule? No. Does Houston have a winning record after 5 games, guys? I think they do. I'm going Texans here. If they win this, they're 3-2. Count me as a CJ Stroud believer right now. Count me in.
I'll pick Houston, but for the opposite reason. I do not trust Desmond Ridder. Bijan Robinson is an excellent young running back. They forget that they have Drake London way too often, though. Yeah. Houston, they're riding the hot hand. They're coming off of that big home win. CJ Stroud gonna play with some moxie, gonna play with a little bit of swagger after that win. Give me Houston.
Let's see what they do, y'all. Carolina. Their baby blue is going to face the baby blue of the Lions, and it's a cat fight going on in the Motor City. And, well, the 0-4 Panthers and the 3-1 Lions. This is just – they got the Lions by 10. I don't know, man. I'm a big Bryce Young fan, but this damn sure ain't his season. But the Lions, this might be theirs. I mean, at least somewhere in there. I don't know if they're going to the bowl, but they look all right. So give me those Lions by double digits, man. Drewski, who you got?
And give me the Lions as well. I'll take the Lions to cover.
All day. What you think, Mike?
This one's for you, Adam. Detroit.
For you, Adam.
Help that Bears draft pick. Carolina keeps losing.
I mean, right now the Bears have the first and the second pick. Thank you very much, Carolina, for that. So, yeah, it's got to be Detroit. I don't know. I don't know that they necessarily cover. I don't know that they necessarily win by double digits, but yeah, that's Detroit. That's easily a Detroit win.
I'm giving them 2 tutties.
Oh my! I just saw what the next matchup is. Oh my God!
Giants and Miami.
Oh dear.
Are the Dolphins gonna do 2 70-point games this year? I don't know, because they just might. Ladies and gentlemen, give me the Dolphins. It says by 11. I'm gonna go bold. Give them to me by 30 minimum. What's up, Drewski?
I will pick the Dolphins to win the spread, but not because of their offense. I just think this is you go to one of them hole in the wall clubs and they just pat you down and let you go. That's the offensive line for the Giants. So I look for the Dolphins defense to eat. Give me the Dolphins
all damn day, Mike.
I'll do you one better, Drewski. There's a video on the internet somewhere of a security guard at a sporting event, and he's literally just waving his hands like this. around people, not touching anything. That's the Giants' offensive line. Give me the Dolphins. Clear.
Yeah, the Giants' offensive line does a lot of lookout block where it's look out. I don't think Daniel Jones finishes this game. I think he winds up, unfortunately, in that blue medical tent, and he drives home rolling. That's that. I Dolphins by as many as you can rack it up for.
Hey, what's the over on Daniel Jones' injury? What's the over on?
Oh gosh, that's cold. 2 1-3 teams going head to head. Cincinnati's favored by 3 points. Give me the Cardinals. I'm sorry, just give me the Cardinals. Drewski, who you got, man?
Ooh, you ain't lying, Mike. Mike, these are snoozers right here. Who's picking these games right here? I mean, give me Cincinnati team. Let's see what they do.
No, I'm taking Arizona. Oh yeah. Why not? We got to make it interesting somehow, right? Mike, who you got, man?
Give me Cincy to finally have their bounce back game. I know we've been predicting it for like 3 weeks now, but let me give it to actually happen.
Adam, who you got?
My head says it's got to be. There's no way Arizona would beat Burrow and Higgins and Chase, but
I know.
No, I'm going to take the Cardinals. I can't give you a reason why other than
I know
this. Something is wrong with Cincy. That's the only explanation I can give you.
That's for damn sure. So let's see if we can do 5 games in 5 minutes, guys. This is going to be hilarious. Philly and the Rams. I mean, are you freaking serious? I mean, here we go, y'all. Philly all day long. They're fed by 4.5. They're going to go to SoFi, and they're going to fly so high. So there it is. What's up, Drewski?
Give me the Eagles as well. The Rams don't have that home field in L.A., so give me the Eagles.
Kaboom. Mike? Oh.
This game is better. Give me the Eagles. I think that 4.5, man, that feels low. Give me them.
Yeah, I'm with you. Adam?
Yeah, it's got to be the Eagles. The Rams are not as bad as they were last year, but not ready for this.
That's for damn sure. The Jets finally win a game as they go over to Denver, and they're gonna fly a mile high. They're gonna win this game. I'm sorry. So give me the Jets over Denver all day long. Who you got, Drewski?
Give me the Broncos. I don't care who really wins. Just give me the Broncos, I guess.
There it is. Mike Patt.
I'm glad I'm busy Sunday, man. These
my wife. We're gonna go have fun, salsa dance. So I'm glad we're not missing anything.
Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, what you got, Adam?
I'll go the other way. I'll take the Jets just because that Broncos defense is horrifyingly awful.
Yeah, they suck. They're terrible, man. So, KC and Minnesota. Here we go again. Kansas City's going to whip up the Vikings. Man, they're going to sink that ship so fast. So, the Chiefs are favored by 4 points. It's going to be a lot more like 40. I'm just kidding. But, Drew, who you got, man?
Give me those Chiefs. I'll run with the Chiefs in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. So, Mike, who you got, man?
Is this a primetime game? No, I'm kidding.
No, I know, right?
Give me the Chiefs.
And who you got, Adam?
Oh, Kansas City all day.
All
there's
day,
no
right?
way Kirk Cousins is out dueling Patrick Mahomes.
If this game is at 1 o'clock on Sunday, Minnesota might have a shot.
It's a possibility.
But if it's a primetime game, there's no chance.
Sorry, man. And we have the only game worth watching on Sunday. Dallas taking on the Niners. And let me be short and sweet with this one, guys, because this is the truth. They got the Niners favored by 4. I don't know what it is, but I don't believe in this team. Give me the gosh damn Cowboys to win this game. Go on over there to Levi and make it happen. Just because everyone's doubting them, they're going to win this game. Let's go Cowboys. Who you got? Well, Drewski, but talk to us, man. What do they got to do to win this game?
Well, basically, this is all. It's going to be a defensive snooze. So if you're looking for offense, don't really watch this game. You're going to really see some grind out game. This is going to be the tale of two defenses. I think the Cowboys defense is with Dan Quinn knowing what Shanahan likes to do. Give me the Cowboys in this one for sure. That's where really the game is going to be won at.
You guys got this game, man. Mike, who you got, man?
This is a good-ass Sunday night football game. This is going to be a good football game. Oh, man. Give me the Niners.
Oh, we got
the Niners. I can't. We need to try to catch up to them somehow. I don't know. Like, they need.
Let's see, Adam. Who you got, man?
Driski's gonna like my pick, but not my reasoning. I'm gonna take Dallas because this is week 5. If this was week 12 or later, I'd be singing a different tune. We're early in the season. Dallas is gonna win this game early on. We're gonna see this later on in the season, though, and it'll be a different story.
Okay.
Monday Night Football is
and
going to be
Drewski,
horrible.
feel free to throw that back in my face when we get back to the end of the season.
Dude, that would be
Feel
hilarious.
free.
We'll see.
Sucks. Something awful.
Feel free to keep that receipt.
Because we have the Packers going on over to Vegas to probably waste the Raiders because there's nothing there on that team but a bunch of jerseys that look kind of cool if you're into black and silver. Other than that, there's nothing else. Other than that, let's see here. So favored by 1 point. I don't know how that's not possible, but yeah, the Packers are probably going to destroy the Raiders. But I got to take my team to win this thing. I think they barely win it, but they're probably going to lose. Regardless, I hope all of you pick the Packers because if not, you guys, I don't know what's wrong with you. Anyway, Drewski, what's going on, man?
Give me the green and gold in this one. I mean, it's their game to lose.
That's for damn sure. Mike, who you got, man?
Well, I had to really quick check the Raiders' record because no team goes winless, but they've won a game, so I don't think this will be this can't be their surprise, few victories. Give me Green Bay.
That's a good choice. Good choice. Who you got, Adam?
I hate having to pick that team up north to be even remotely successful, but the Raiders are so bad. The Raiders are so bad. Yeah, the Packers will win this one, and Josh McDaniels will just continue to look like he doesn't belong where he is.
Yeah, he needs to go fast. Anyway, with that said, guys, gentlemen, we went up into Drewski's show almost, man. But I'm so glad you were here. Look at that. I wanted to try to make tonight's show an hour, but yeah, BS, right? When it comes to football and us talking, it's just hard. So, gentlemen, of course, where can these diehards find you, man? Drewski, we'll start with you, bro. Where can they find you, man?
Man, you can find me on X, where Heart of Texas IE, and you can follow me individually, Drewski Self-Made. You can follow me on Instagram too at itsDriski.
All day. Mike, where can these diehards find you, man?
So you can find me on Instagram and X. I hate saying that. At Let's Wine _IESR. Also, please check out the blog, iesportsradioblog.wordpress.com. Also on our website, iesportsradio.com.
Always a great time, man. And Mr. Adam Karnik.
Find me on X at Adam_Karnik. Follow the show, Chi-Town Weekly at IESRC. Monday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. I'm right there on Spreaker. Group therapy session for the horribleness that Chicago sports is. But I seriously, I have no idea when we're going to have a playoff team again. I seriously don't know. It's so bad. But follow me on X at Adam_Karnik.
You guys, man. Well, hey, gentlemen, it has been an honor, a pleasure as always having you. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Tune in right now for Drewski's show, man. Hard Texas Sports right after the conclusion of this over on Spreaker. It's going to be amazing. Check these guys' shows out. They are awesome. Thank you for being here tonight, spending 2 hours with me because, damn it, I know this is what we do, I guess. But, hey, football, that's what we do, y'all. Take care. You guys are amazing. God bless, and I'll talk to y'all very soon, y'all.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Take care, guys.
Yes, sir.
All righty, y'all. Well, that is going to do it for these guys here tonight and myself. Oh, they're amazing. That was a lot of fun, y'all. And I just got to say, well, there's only one thing left to do tonight, and that is cue that music because we're out of here. All right, y'all. That was a fun one tonight. As always, here I am on the dark editing this show, man. I thought we were going to make it a short one, a shorter one tonight, but I just don't see it happening, man. We just talk our balls too much, and we love it. So thank y'all so much for being here, being a part of this show, because you guys are absolutely amazing. Oh, it was great, and thank you everybody for being here in the chat tonight. Make sure to follow us here at 3&Out IESR. Follow the show on X. You can follow me, your boy Larry B, at CEA. LB53. Head on over to iesportsradio.com. Show us some love, y'all. icebergarea.com/shop. Pick up one of these bad boys, one of these hats. Pick up one of these shirts. We appreciate y'all so very much. As always, text the shows right here Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, all throughout the NFL season and into the playoffs. We appreciate y'all so very much. You guys are amazing. Let's get a big shout out, gigantic shout out to our sponsor, the one and the only delicious Planet Jerky Premium Biscuit Jerky. Delicious jerky that is absolutely out of this world. You're going to want to catch it. Remember, you got to catch this right here. This ghost pepper deliciousness right here. Make sure you tune in next week to your ghost pepper player of the week. Your Planet Jerky ghost pepper player of the week is. Make sure you'll have better lighting when it gets to the later hour. My apologies. But it's going to be a lot of fun as always. We appreciate you so much for being here. We get showing this love because you know what? When it comes down to it, y'all, football is family, sports are family, and we thank you for being a part of our family. As I always say, all glory to God. Without him, nothing is possible. And of course, without all of you guys out there, Iceberg Radio is not possible. We thank y'all so very much. It's always a lot of fun having you in the chat and being a part of it. If you're listening on the podcast, as Karen says, thank you. We appreciate you guys for just showing us some love and being a part of the Iceberg Radio family in any way possible, either being a part of the team or listening. You guys are amazing. Check out all of our awesome shows all throughout the week. And thank you once again for just showing love. Coming on up next, over on Spreaker, head on over to Patt. Of course, Heart Attack Sports with our boy Drewski. It's Drewski. And then following him tonight, we got AZ Sports Daily with our boy Mr. Kieran Daily, talking Arizona sports. This has been me, your boy Larry B, signing off. We will see y'all next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.